behalf of Thomas and Amanda and their families, I'd like to welcome you to this wedding celebration. The goal today, first and foremost, is that God will be glorified as the founder of this institution. But we also want today to be one that the bride and groom always remember as one of the most joy-filled days. Let's bow in prayer. Father, we're so thankful for who you are. We look to you as a good Father. You're a good God. And I thank you for just creating this beautiful institution, and I thank you that Thomas and Amanda are taking part in this today, making a commitment today for the rest of their lives. God, thank you for this beautiful place, and thank you for these beautiful people, and I pray that you're glorified in everything that's done here today. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Good evening, everybody. I think it's safe to say that most things that start at Bloomer's Knob don't end this well. I also think it's safe to say that this day wouldn't be possible without the love and support of many people throughout their lives that were there long before they ever started arguing over bills. So for all the parents, grandparents, friends, family, coaches, role models, thank you for your role in helping make this a special day. The first time that I met Amanda was in the summer of 2014, out on the house trailer out we all called Paradise out off Rubush Road. Highland Road. And I thought, boy, if any girl's comfortable coming out here more than once, she might hang around a while. Thankfully, she did. Most of these speeches start off by talking about how the best man and groom got to know each other. Well, I really didn't have a choice. As farm kids, we grew up fast and we had a lot of fun doing it. By the time we were 10, Dad gave us our driver's license and we could operate anything with tracks or wheels on it. And by the time we were 12, we had worked cattle forwards, backwards, some upside down, and in the rain, in the sun, and in the snow. And speaking of snow, contrary to most school kids, we always hated being out of school for snow because it meant Dad had 2 extra employees that day. And as most of y'all in this room are familiar with, most of our vacations centered around going to look at skid steers, tractors, or cattle trailers all across the East Coast. But I honestly never knew what Thomas wanted to be when he grew up, but along the way I was able to check off some things. One day it snowed and Dad had us building a fence out of Allen Graybills off of Fire Tower Road there in Plum Creek, and we got to bring our 4-wheelers so we could ride around at lunchtime. And Dad gave us a stern warning before we went out and said, whatever you do, don't hit the brakes, it's snowing. And wasn't long after that I looked up the hill and Thomas was about 50 foot down the hill and his 4-wheeler was about 100 yards. I thought he hit the brakes. And I also knew he wasn't going to be a NASCAR driver. And one day we were riding dirt bikes and 4-wheelers with our neighbor, Aaron Akers, and somehow I'd fallen off my dirt bike and skinned my knee up pretty bad. And Thomas said, I got the perfect solution. I said, great. We went back up the hill to the house. He went in the garage and come back out. He pulled out 12 cc's of algae water out of the fish pond and flushed my knee out like that. And I thought, boy, he's not going to be a large animal vet. And one time he actually played Joseph in the church play. And he was pretty nervous about remembering all of his lines. And so by the time we'd gotten ready for the play and we'd gotten started and everything, he had his notes written on his hand. He had them written on the manger, and I think I remember seeing a few words on baby Jesus' forehead. He was a good Presbyterian that night, but I knew he wasn't going to be an actor. And I finally figured it out one day. I heard him and Dad arguing pretty vigorously about how many braces we need to put in a section of fence. And I thought, people only really argue about things they really care about. And then it hit me. I said, that boy's going to build fence. And so he did. But on a more serious note, I'm probably more excited for this day than most people because I had to answer the question so many times of, well, when are they ever going to get married? And I kept telling people, well, Thomas, he's just waiting on the price of metal to go down. So thankfully the economy's good and we're here. But on behalf of everybody in here, we wish you all a long, happy marriage, and we'll give a toast to lots of barbed wire and lots of barrels. Thank you. Yeah!
Thomas and Amanda have chosen to do a branding ceremony as a symbol of their unity. Branding is a tradition that signifies identity and a sense of belonging. As a sign of their love for each other and for the intention for permanence, they will brand a piece of cowhide. This brand will be on display in their home to show their devotion to each other today, tomorrow, and for the rest of their lives. To remind them of love and support that each of you have given them today and that you continue to give each and every day. As this brand, once forged, cannot be undone, so shall their promise to each other stand the test of time. I now pronounce you husband and wife. Thomas, you may kiss your bride. Would everyone...
Can everybody please give Jake another round of applause for being our public speaker and giving out all the thank yous to the people that I unfortunately don't know here. My name is Eiley. I'm not from here, but I'm a transplant. I've only been here for 7 years, 10 years maybe. So, I am not the public speaker that Jake is. Thank you for going first. I really appreciate that. So I can just make my words and then everybody just eat afterwards and they kind of forget what's going on. Amanda and I met through Thomas. Thank you, Thomas, for being such a wonderful friend to my husband. And just the words that I want to say tonight are probably not going to make you laugh as much as the previous speech, but it's about being a best friend. And so not being from here, it's really something special when you see your husband and another man and his friends being best friends with each other. They call each other, they want to be a part of each other's lives and help out anytime anybody needs anything. And that's something that you don't see very often, especially with this many people in our crew, in our group as we kind of like to call it. And so that's something really inspiring that you don't see very often. And so not being from here and then coming into this awesome group of people, it was really a breath of fresh air to meet all of Matt's friends. And Thomas, thank you for kind of coming into our lives and bringing Amanda with you, because without you, I wouldn't have one of my best friends that I have today. And so I hope that by you guys seeing the friendships that you have around you, that you are inspired also to be the best friends of each other. that we have between our friends. That's just something really special. And I hope that you guys always recognize that now it's official. You're part of the Married Friends group.
Or if you need some sweet loving, or if you're looking for someone who won't pretend, don't go looking, babe, here I am. Why just crawl when you could be flying? Life's just a flash, forever dying. The shortest space between hell and goodbye. There ain't no use to sit around crying for all I know. So if you look at life like from a side, when chances they all keep sliding away, there's just one thing to remember, though it's hard, no matter where you go, babe, there you are. Why just crawl when you could be flying? Life is just a flash, forever done. The shortest space between hell and goodbye. There ain't no use to sit around crying when we are all you've been trying to find. No need looking